We are continuing to follow breaking news out of Kingsport tonight. Part of the city advised to shelter in place after an explosion at Eastman. Good afternoon. I'm Sarah Diamond.
And I'm Josh Smith. We're going back on the air with some brand new information just in from Kingsport Police. Today, police are asking everyone in the area to avoid traveling down toward the Eastman side unless you need to. And we'll just read this to you. Eastman just called back. This is from police. To asking them to say shut down all vehicle and pedestrian traffic indefinitely, and they specifically are saying where?
Within a half mile of where this incident occurred. So this means parts of John B. Dennis, Lincoln, Moreland, and Jared roads, as well as connectors, will likely be affected for traffic. Again, this is indefinite, within a half mile of the incident. So parts of John B. Dennis, Lincoln, Moreland, and Jared Drive and connectors will all be affected for traffic.
All this happened after an incident at a coal gasification area in the Kingsport manufacturing site. And here's a live look at Eastman, the area where we believe that problem occurred this morning.
And that's when around 10:30, our camera on Bays Mountain captured video of what appears to be a blast there with a fireball and smoke plumes. Very obvious. News Channel 11 viewers from as far away as Churchill and Weber City told us they heard the blast. Eastman issued a statement within the past hour saying no injuries have been reported beyond just some first aid for some people. They also are saying they are working to determine the cause of this explosion and assess the impact to operations as well as the business.
We've heard from so many of you today, some of you sending in video, and thank you for that. Here's video from a viewer capturing another angle of what appears to be that explosion there. Alarms and sirens sounded. Police closed roads down around the plant, which they then reopened later, but now it appears they're going to be reclosing. The company has not said that there was any sort of a vapor emission. That was a big question early on, or anything like that as a result of the explosion. Yeah,
employees in the plant and people who live and work around the facility were told to shelter in place at the time with windows closed and HVAC systems off. Just after 1 o'clock this afternoon, the company changed the advisory. Eastman telling people within a half mile of John B. Dennis and Moreland Drive to continue to shelter in place as a precaution. Sullivan County and Kingsport City Schools also sheltered in place, but both school systems lifted those advisories just before 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Now, News Channel 11 did receive audio of a message that was sent through the reverse 911 system to people who live nearby in Kingsport. Listen to this.
This is an emergency message from Kingsport 911. As a precautionary measure, residents within 1/4 mile of Eastman Chemical Company are asked to shelter in place due to an interruption in their processes. There have not been any hazardous chemical releases. Please do not call 911 for informational purposes. Emergencies only, please. Turn to local news for updates. Thank you. Goodbye.
Eastman says it expects to have an assessment in about 15 minutes from now on whether the localized shelter-in-place advisory will be lifted.
And this all was happening as Eastman was conducting its own safety operations. We talked about that yesterday on the air.
We did. We said that they were going to be doing some drills in that area, in the Eastman area, and now it's the real thing.
So we're going to continue to bring you live updates at the top of the hour. If there's any update before then, we're going to go on the air, and we're updating the story as well on WJHL.com.
Thanks for staying with us here on News Channel 11.